Buff Nation, what up? BWB, my bandwagon buffs. What it is, what it does, and what it's gonna be. It's your man's Harry Billion. Welcome to the Liberian Perspective. Please do me a favor and smash that subscribe button. Make sure to give me the thumbs up. And don't forget to hit that bell notification so that you can get the videos as soon as I upload it to YouTube. Look at the bottom of your screen. Cop your BWB merch so that you can rep the most educated, the well-informed, and least delusional fan base there is in all, and I mean all, of college football. Don't buy the hype. Buy BWB. Bandwagon buffs. All right, family, I gotta go ahead and get into this video real quick, so that's all the business I got. You know what time it is. Let's work. Guys, I am so excited to say that the Colorado's Buffs roster has been updated. I recorded the first video last Friday. By Monday night, they had updated. As soon as I dropped the video on Tuesday, I guess on Monday, they had updated the roster. So I had to jump right into the studio and bring you the updated roster. And I do hear you guys out there. Some people are saying, Harry B, the information that you give, your channel should be like 25,000 subscribers. You should definitely have more subscribers. I understand, but hey, listen, nobody is entitled. I don't feel no type of entitlement. All I know is I'm just going to keep working for you guys, and I'm going to keep bringing as much data as I can to help this community. And if you do find that the information is valuable to you, please do subscribe. I very much appreciate that. I'm just going to keep grinding, and hopefully this channel will grow organically. So without further ado, men lie, coaches lie, but these numbers don't. This is the University of Colorado. Let's go. All right, so CU has actually went in there, instead of just putting the OL, which is the offensive line, and DL, which is the defensive line, they are actually identifying the specific position within that position group. So this is going to look a little different. So for a lot of you who don't know, like when you see OG, that'll be offensive guard, and when you see OT, that'll be offensive tackle. All right, that is still the trenches. That is the offensive line. So when you see that, I don't want you to get all confused or whatever. I do want everybody to stay in the know. Let's go. Our first offensive lineman is Jack Bailey. He is 6'3", 280 pounds. He's a graduate from Willoughby, Ohio. He transferred to CU from Kent State. Our next offensive lineman is Landon Beebe. He's 6'3", 300 pounds. He's a graduate student from Webb City, Missouri. He went to Webb City High School and transferred to CU from Missouri State. Next offensive lineman, offensive guard, Tyler Brown. He's 6'3", 310 pounds. He's a junior. His major is speech language and hearing sciences. He's from Jackson, Mississippi. His high schools are St. Joseph Catholic, LA Lafayette. He transferred into CU from Jackson State. Our next offensive lineman is Jack Welty. He's 6'4", 310 pounds. He's a sophomore. His major is sociology. He's from Altona, Iowa. His high school is Southeast Polk High School, Northern Illinois. He's transferred from Iowa Central Community College. Our next offensive lineman, his name is Reggie Young. He's 6'4", 290 pounds. He's a graduate student. He's from New Orleans, Louisiana. He's transferred from Iowa Central Community College. Our next offensive lineman is Gerard Christian Lichtenhan. He's 6'10", 315 pounds. He's a junior. His major is communication. He has a sports studies minor. He's from Davis, California, and he went to Davis High School. Our next offensive lineman is David Connor. He's 6'5", 295 pounds. He's a freshman from Atlanta, Georgia. He either transferred in from Florida or his high school is Florida. I don't know how CU is handling that, but we got to move on. Our next offensive lineman, his name is Carter Edwards. He's 6'5", 280 pounds. He is a freshman. His major is aerospace engineering sciences. He's from Hattiesburg, Mississippi, and he went to Presbyterian Christian High School. Moving on to our next offensive lineman, Kareem Harden. He's 6'5", 315 pounds. He's a sophomore from Fort Lauderdale, Florida. He transferred in from Butler Community College. Our next offensive lineman is Isaiah Jada. He's 6'6", 300 pounds. He's a junior. His major is economics, and he's from San Diego, California. His high school is Helix, and he transferred in from Snow College. Moving on to our next offensive lineman, that's Evan Kistler. He's 6'6", 295 pounds. He's a senior from Ventura, California, and he attended St. Bonaventure High School. Our next offensive lineman, his name is Jeremiah McCrimmon. He's 6'3", 305 pounds. He's a junior from Apex, North Carolina. He transferred in from Mississippi State and Coahoma Community College. Our next offensive lineman is Ben Resnick. Ben Resnick is 6'6", 295 pounds. He's a sophomore. His major is exploratory studies. He's from Deerfield, Illinois. He went to Deerfield High School. Our next offensive lineman his name is Jack Seville. Jack Seville is 6'7", 200 285 pounds. He's a sophomore. His major is finance. He is from Centennial, Colorado, and he went to Arapahoe High School. Our last offensive lineman is an offensive tackle. His name is Savion Washington. He's 6'8", 320 pounds. He's a graduate student. His major is sociology. He's from Akron, Ohio. High school is St. Vincent St. Mary. He transferred from Kent State. Okay, so those are the offensive linemen. You see the numbers right there on your screen, guys. The reason why I have to say it, because not everybody is watching the video, so I have to say these numbers as you see it on the screen. So our total offensive height is 96.9 feet. All right, guys, that is our total offensive height. Now we're going to take the total offensive line. How many offensive linemen do we have, Harry B? 15. All right, so now we're going to take the total offensive linemen, and now we're going to divide that number by the total height of the offensive line. Okay, so our average height of our offensive line is 6'4". There you have it, guys. That is the average height of the Colorado Buffaloes offensive line. Our total weight of the offensive line is 4,495 pounds. There you have it, guys. That is the total weight of our offensive line. Now we're going to divide that number by the total number of offensive linemen that we have to give us our average weight on this offensive line. So our average weight of the Colorado Buffaloes offensive line is 299 pounds. All right, guys, that is our average weight of the Colorado Buffaloes offensive line. All right, without wasting any time, guys, we are jumping right into the defensive line. Let's go. I'm actually going to put a photo right there on your screen so that you can see the defensive end are part of that line. All right, guys, so let's go ahead and go through these. I'm reading out the defensive ends. Our first defensive lineman is right there, number 90, Chance Main. If you don't know Chance Main's story, go to my channel. I have a video that I made for Chance Main. All right, so Chance Main is 6'4", 260 pounds. He's a graduate student. He is from Cherryville, Kansas. He transferred in from Independence Community College, and his high school is Incarnate Word High School. You guys got to remember that Chance Main actually played for CU. Our next defensive lineman is Taj Austin. He is 6'4", 255 pounds. He is a graduate student, and his degree is post-baccalaureate. He's from Lumberton, North Carolina. I went to UNC Greensboro, and Lumberton, North Carolina is actually kind of close to my heart because I have a few friends who are from Lumberton, North Carolina. Salute to Taj Austin. He attended Union Pines High School. He transferred in from Copiah Lincoln Community College, West Virginia. I don't know what that extra West Virginia is for, but gotta move on. Our next defensive lineman is J.J. Hawkins. He is 6'2", 260 pounds. He's a sophomore from Lawrenceville, Florida. He transferred in from Ole Miss. Our next lineman is Savell Smalls. He is 6'3", 260 pounds. He is a junior from Seattle, Washington. I believe he went to Washington High School. Our next defensive lineman is Arden Walker. He is 6'2", 250 pounds. He's a sophomore from Denver, Colorado. He is a hometown child. You understand what I'm saying? He said, Mama or Daddy, I'm staying home. I ain't going nowhere. I'm playing for the home team. You heard what I'm saying? Anyway, I believe he went to Missouri High School or he transferred from Missouri. If you guys have a Missouri High School in Colorado, let me know. Gotta move on. Our next defensive lineman is number 99. That big old smile, he is Shane Cooks. Shane Cooks is 6'3", 275 pounds. He is a graduate student. His major is organizational leadership. And like I said, his major is like what I did in grad school. I studied organizational behavior for my master's. We basically go into an organization. We like auditors. We go in there, we audit your company, we give you information, we let you know, hey man, this is what you can do better to make your organization go in the right direction. Anyway, he is from Dayton, Ohio. He went to Chaminade Julian High School and he transferred from Dartmouth. That's a smart guy. You understand? Dartmouth is an Ivy League school, but he's right at home with CU because CU is like a public Ivy League. You understand what I'm saying? The next defensive lineman is Zachary Blackwood. He is 6'4", 290 pounds. He's a junior. Zachary is from Tolleson, Arizona. His high school is Northern Arizona, and he transferred from Garden City Community College. All right, guys, so the next defensive lineman is going to be Amari McNeil. Amari McNeil is 6'4", 295 pounds. He is a sophomore from Suwanee, Georgia, and he transferred from Tennessee. Our next defensive lineman is Leonard Payne Jr. junior. Leonard Payne is 6'3", 300 pounds. He's a graduate student, and his major is declared as post-baccalaureate. He is from Los Angeles, California. He went to one of those double Saint high schools, St. Pius, St. Matthias Academy. He transferred to CU from Fresno State. Our next defensive lineman is Bishop Thomas. He is 6'2", 305 pounds. He's a freshman. He's from New Orleans, Louisiana. I believe he went to Florida State. Y'all let me know. I got to move on. Our next defensive lineman is Chaz Wallace. Chaz is 6'2", 295 pounds. He is a junior from Glen Arden, Maryland. I believe he went to Old Dominion High School. So Glen Arden, Maryland is not far from where I am from. As a matter of fact, just this weekend, I was in Maryland and went to a church in Glen Arden, Maryland. Yeah, man, Glen Arden, Maryland is right around my neck of the woods. You're staring at Levante Bentley right there. That's an inside linebacker position. That's not part of the defensive line. This is what they presented to us. So I don't know if this total number is exactly the total number of defensive linemen that we have on the CU Buffs, but this is what I have on this roster. This ain't coming from me. This is coming directly from the CU Buffs website, okay? As you can see at the top of your screen, it says cubuffs.com. Let's tally the numbers so I can get up out your way because I know you got things to do. For those who are listening on podcasts and those who are listening just on audio, our total defensive linemen are 11 D linemen. All right, that's how many defensive linemen that we have. Our total height for our defensive line is 69.3 feet. All right, there you have it. That is our total height of our defensive line. Now we're going to take that number, those two numbers that you got, the total number of defensive linemen and the total height, and divide them so that we can get our average defensive height. And our average height for the Colorado Buffaloes defensive line is 6 foot 3 inches tall. All right, guys, there you have it. That is the average height of the Colorado Buffaloes defensive line. On the right-hand side of your screen, you see that big number there on the weight. So our total weight for our defensive line is 3,045 pounds. All right, and there you have it, guys. That is our total weight for our defensive line. Now we're going to take that number and divide it by the total number of defensive linemen that we have. So our average weight for the Colorado Buffaloes defensive line is 276 pounds. All right, guys, there you have it. That is our average weight for the Colorado Buffaloes defensive line. All right, guys, so for the newcomers, for those who are not aware of why I'm doing a video like this, we want to put into perspective these numbers versus the teams that we are playing. Because if they have bigger guys, taller guys than us, if we don't even match those numbers, if those numbers are way off, then what that tells us is that we either need to get bigger or that we're not necessarily going to match these teams. It's not directly indicative of wins and losses. Either we're going to have an advantage over certain teams or the other teams are going to have an advantage over us. So that's what we want to know. We want to know these numbers because if you're armed with this type of information, it lets you know what your team is about. It lets you know who you have on your team. It also can build your confidence. They're saying that all these teams are going to beat us, but if you look at the numbers, we match them in height, we match them in weight. If that's the case, then we stand a chance with them. And if we stand a chance with them, what's going to be next is going to be skills. I can tell you more about skills once we see these guys play, but we really haven't seen these guys play. We know some of the higher profile players. We know what they can do because we've seen them play. We can all have a conversation also in the comments because some of you guys know these players are coming from other teams that you follow. So if you follow some of these guys and you follow some of these players, let's go in the comments and let's start having a discussion about skill. What can they do? We know about Travis Hunter. We know about Shador. We know about his arm because of Jackson State. You see what I'm saying? So we know about certain players. We know that Levante came from Clemson. I believe there were some dogs on that team. He was backing some people up, but now he has an opportunity to start and be a leader on this team. I made a video about that. The Colorado Buffaloes Wire that usatoday.com, I believe it was either Tony Casolo or one of the team members from the Buffaloes Wire gave us a story about Levante Bentley. I made that video and I told you about that. So that's why I make some of these individual videos so that you can understand the players that we have on this team. You get more insight. Anytime I see any type of write-up or a story about a specific player or a group of players, I'm going to bring you those stories because it's giving us more insight. So I know a lot of you probably don't watch those videos, but you should watch those videos because I'm very particular because when I say we are well informed and we are not delusional, it's because I'm informing you about the players, about the team and their mentality, their skill set, and everything that I can find I will bring to us to make sure that we stay in the know. Just in in case anybody didn't know why I'm doing these videos. All right, family, that is all the information that I have for this video. Hope you got a little something out of it, and if you did, please help this channel grow by smashing that subscribe button, but I'm gonna have to leave it right there. You know who I am. I'm Harry B, and that right there was the Liberian Perspective. That's TLP Sports Club. Brah.